Good morning and welcome to Eye on the Community. I am your host, Yavis Ellis. For today's show, I have two very distinguished guests in the studio with me. I want to talk to you first, my good friend, Brian Ashton. I'm glad to have him here. He does some amazing work with The Ohio State University, but we're colleagues on the Create Columbus Commission. And I've been telling you guys about this great commission that's been doing some amazing work across the city of Columbus over the past couple of years. I've had a chance to be involved for over 2 years myself, and Brian is also on the leadership committee with me as well. And so, Brian, glad to have you here, man.
Yavis, thanks for having me today.
So for those who don't know, tell them what the Create Columbus Commission is.
Absolutely. The Create Columbus Commission is a group of young professionals that's appointed by the mayor and city council to really work to provide thought leadership around the young professional experience in Columbus. And so we know that young professionals are the lifeblood of a successful city, and we're really looking at ways to enhance the experience for them in Columbus.
Definitely. And your capacity on the actual Create Columbus Commission is what?
So in my capacity on the commission, I serve as our grants chair. And so we've had the great fortune to distribute over $200,000 into the community over the past 3 years to support projects that really move the needle on the young professional experience.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I love about being a part of the commission. You get a chance to kind of put not necessarily events, but actually, projects in motion that actually grow to something greater. And so I'm excited because through our grants process, we actually are able to show a history of being successful in that area. And so even today, we have someone in the building with us who was a part of the grants process, last year?
Yeah, last year.
And they received a grant from the Create Columbus Commission. And I'm going to let you do the honor of introducing our special guest.
Absolutely. So, we are very fortunate to have Kristen Dahlquist with us here today. She was a grant recipient last year for an amazing project called Elephants in the Room. I'm going to turn it over to her as the expert on it to talk a little bit about the project and introduce yourself.
The project, man. Put you on the spot right now.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you here.
I love it. Well, the project was kind of born out of a happy hour that I went to learn about how to apply for a grant through the Create Columbus Commission, and I am the board chair of a young professional group here in Columbus called the Junior Committee. And the Junior Committee's mission is to raise funds and awareness and educate the YP community and actually advocate federally and locally for Alzheimer's disease.
Wow.
So our big idea was to create a short film documentary highlighting young people in Columbus who've been personally affected by Alzheimer's disease. And then we widened the scope and included other mental health challenges. So 18 months of filming happened, and we interviewed over 50 people here in Columbus who were brave young people who told their story about Alzheimer's disease affecting them, mental illness affecting them, bipolar, depression, suicidality, anxiety. They were all included, and basically we then talked to physicians and other mental health practitioners about what to do and sort of with the idea to reduce the stigma of all of these brain health disorders or mental health challenges. And then tied in kind of how to live a brain healthy lifestyle here in Columbus. It's oftentimes young people in Columbus think about their physical health. You know when you gain 5 pounds. You know when you're feeling depressed. Mental health is starting to make a comeback. But brain health in general isn't something people think about. People don't know how to live a brain healthy lifestyle and how to protect their brain from diseases like Alzheimer's disease. We learned that Alzheimer's disease forms in your brain 20 years before you ever show a sign or a symptom. Wow. So when you're in your 30s is the time that you need to actually start changing your lifestyle. Yeah. So the film was really powerful in that aspect, and it gave people a platform to tell their story to start to reduce the stigma of these mental illnesses. And so we think it was really successful. It premiered in October at the Gateway Film Center to a sold-out show, and it was really well received. So we're just really looking forward to seeing where it goes from here.
That is amazing.
Yes.
I mean, that makes me feel good because being a part of, the grants committee and the whole grants process, we've had a chance to kind of read through these, and we got so many grants, and this was a really good idea, and I'm glad we were able to make it come to fruition. And, kudos to you guys for putting that together.
Yeah.
Brian, for those who don't know, let's talk about the grants process, how you actually can get involved, how you can put the application in and that kind of stuff. And then I'll ask her for some tips coming up next. So go ahead.
Absolutely, yeah. So Kristen mentioned the fact, that she was at one of our grant workshops. And so we host grant workshops throughout the month of March, and those are available on our website at createcolum.us. And we'll host 3 of those, and those really build up to our letter of intent, which is due on April 1st. Yeah. And so for people who want to apply, that's the first hurdle. It's a 1 to 3 page basically project proposal. We vet those and then invite full application after that. So we try to make it as painless as possible for you to get through that initial hurdle. And then we really coach you through the process of submitting that full application. And, we love projects of all different types. And this, I think, was a great one that started a conversation in the community that's really important to our demographic. But we're also open to a wide variety of events. And, we've funded many, many different types of projects.
So in terms of the elephant in the room, documentary, what kind of tips would you give somebody who's kind of working on their grant process or grant packet now? What kind of advice would you give to them?
I'd invite them to figure out how to collaborate across multiple scales and sectors.
Good.
So I applied for this grant right after I moved to Columbus, so I really didn't know many people at all. So one thing that the Create Columbus Commission did very well at that happy hour is connect me to people who would be interested in something like this.
Yeah.
So I had a team of about 10 people who helped me write the grant, and then a team of 25 that helped execute it.
Wow.
So Steve, who was my liaison with the Create Columbus Commission, they kind of hold your hand through the whole process and ensure you're successful with the money that you're given. He was instrumental in connecting me with not only people for the film, but people to help plan the event. And then now he's connected me with people all over the country who are interested in screening the film. So it's been really helpful to just ask for help and ask other people if they're interested in what you're interested in.
Good stuff, man. Any last minute, appeal to people that may be listening, maybe watching? Let them know where they can go to get more information about this actual grant, Brian.
Absolutely. We spend a ton of time around the city, and we always hear ideas for how to better the young professional experience. And I think this is a great opportunity to turn that idea into reality. Yeah. And so no matter how big, small, or crazy the idea may seem, createcolum.us, that's createcolum.us, will have all the information on the grant process. And we really welcome any of those proposals that people may have, because we want to get as many different perspectives into bettering the city as we can.
Definitely, man. If you want more information on the grants and the grant process, workshops will be held all through March, and letter of intent is due April 1st. So make sure you guys check out createcolum.us. That's createcolum.us. Brian, Kristen, thanks for coming in and talking with me today.
Thanks
for having us.
Appreciate it. You heard it here first at Eye on the Community. I'll be back really soon.